And here we go. Welcome back to episode 44 of UnHammered with your host, Brantt Myers. I hope you beautiful humans are doing well and have stayed unhammered the last week. As mentioned, I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus from the weekly podcast. I'm going to be focusing my attention and efforts and finances and everything on the beverage, and I'm going to give it my best shot. And I got a good team with me. And anyway, speaking of team, excuse me. Oh, hey guys, if you've made it a day, a week, a month, a year, you're the miracle. You're the miracle to me. And congrats to all of you. Raise a glass and toast to yourselves. Bang. So anyways, as promised, as mentioned, I have a lot of footage from that trip to Idaho last summer with Sheldon, and I didn't want it to go to waste, and so I've got the best editor in the world, video editor Patrick Puff, who's worked on a little piece for you guys, almost like a little sign off for now, anyways. And he's put something together, and I think you're gonna like it. It's basically just two best buddies hanging out, and who have been through a lot together, a lot of similar situations, and we just wanted to be ourselves, be authentic, and show the public that you can really enjoy your life without having those substances running through your veins. So anyways, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in this one last time. Hopefully it's not the end. I have bigger plans for this down the road, and we'll see if they transpire. But if they don't, I hope that you guys all enjoy this video. And it was a fun day, and we had a lot of laughs that day, and hopefully you guys can have some laughs too. So anyways, excuse me, off to episode 44. And if you guys need to get a hold of me, you can reach me through my social media sites, and through the email. I'll always respond to you guys, which I have been doing. And our YouTube page is where the video will be up. And hopefully you check it out, and maybe share it with somebody that might be struggling, and needs a little bit of a boost on what sobriety can really be like. So anyways, again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the episode. And let's go, episode 44. Thanks.
What was it like for you when you got sober this last time in 2018? Was it awkward to, how can I put it, be it, because they always have functions going on, right? Mm-hmm. Was it did you feel out of place for a little while? Was it the first summer when you got sober?
Yeah, I mean,
not really, because you got sober on July 4th,
2020.
Sorry, 2020,
Yeah.
July 4th, you got sober.
Yeah.
So you got sober in the middle of the summer.
Yep.
And was there anybody here that, you could sort of lean on a bit as far as like, a buddy?
No, because you, right?
Yeah.
I called you immediately and
Yeah.
I said, this is kind of what happened. And, we've always supported each other. We're from the same area. We've led parallel lives. We've fought each other. We've, cried together. We've done a lot of things together, right? And this is an upscale of where we're from. Like, I think at the heart of things, we're small town guys, right?
Yeah.
With small town values.
Yeah.
And we just got off, whether you're in the NHL. I mean, look, people think that maybe having money or some sort of fame or something, you have no problems then. Well, I would ask Prince that, or Michael Jackson that.
Yeah.
I think of the Jim Carrey thing, who says, I wish everybody got rich and famous.
So they could know.
So they would know that's not the answer.
No, and it's not, Shelley. I mean,
It hasn't been for you
not
or me.
No.
But anyways, I think there's a lot of things that we try to do that we talk about on the phone, and I think we've both said to each other more than a few times, hey, that's a great idea. We should do that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing it right now. We're just trying to, get into action is one thing I think we talk about all the time. So that's the first thing we're doing, right? We're here, we're talking about it. Where it leads, who knows? But I think we wouldn't be invested all in if we didn't try to share this with people.
Well, here's the other thing too, is that, buddy, we have little boys.
Mm-hmm.
We have our little sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kane, Ollie.
3 years old, 6 months.
3.5,
yeah,
whatever, 6 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Unexpected
kids. I mean, I had mine at 47,
yeah.
Kaner, and you had...
Mine was expected, but because we tried for a long time.
Yeah, but at 47,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But bro, there's no way that I have my son Kane in my life today. And Peanut, but for sure Kane. If sobriety is not number one on my list, and that when you look at her, you know what I mean? When you look at that little guy, like, I don't find it work anymore to stay sober because I love sobriety.
That's right.
It's not like I'm fucking white clawing it or what do they call it? White knuckling it.
Exactly.
I love being sober.
Yes.
So this isn't a chore for me.
Man, well said.
Right. But I just also know that in 2008 with Peanut, if I don't get sober, she doesn't have a dad. Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously Kane never even comes into the picture. And same for you with your children, so I just think that, man, oh man, there's just been so many gifts, but yet so many for me personally, the peaks and valleys,
yeah,
right? The peaks and valleys. And I was never one to get this thing off the bat, but I tell you what, I'm 50 years old now. I feel more content with Brantt Myers and happier than I've ever been.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be a great father. I see how you are with your children, and I admire that more than, the 28 goals you scored in the National Hockey League.
Mm-hmm.
Like I that stuff's cool. And I always said, my buddy Sheldon is a hell of a hockey player, but he's even a fucking better guy, so.
Well, there's things that are more important to me than they were when I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
Sobriety is number one because I don't have my wife. I don't have my baby son. I don't have any of this. I don't have a lake to jump in.
Yeah.
I'll be dead.
Dead.
I'm not here.
Yeah.
You're sitting here talking about that Brantt was a great guy or Sheldon was a great guy.
Yeah. Was. The word I mean? Was.
And I think one thing that we share, which is another thing that leads us to this, is we want to be role models, right? You just said it. Like, I want to be a role model not to anybody else, but I want to be a role model for my son, for my wife, for my daughters. I want them to wake up in the morning and know Dad's there. He's not laying in bed. He's not getting up. He's there. Yeah. And if they ask me for something, I can do it because I'm not laying in bed. I'm not messed up. And it's one of the reasons we took those kids out today, right? It's like we wanted to show them what we're doing.
Yeah.
And these are cool kids, and it's important, I think, for us just to be us. I think we have to recognize that maybe not everyone's going to jump in a ski boat and wake surf, or maybe not everyone is going to jump on a Harley Davidson and go for a rip, right?
Yeah.
So today I think we highlighted some of the things that we love to do and that we do. We do that stuff.
Yeah.
But there's another side of us too, and another side of AA that's somewhere. We go to meetings.
Yep.
We help other guys.
Yep.
And I don't want to get over our skis thinking that we're trying to appeal. Like, if you get sober, you're gonna, do all these things that we do.
You know what though? Dream big.
Yeah, I
dream big.
I agree.
Like I don't know. I think that this can be possible. This is all possible, but it's not possible if you go down the other path.
That's right.
And believe me, I know that, because in 2006, after making millions of dollars, I had $250 left to my name. Okay. You think I thought any of this was possible? I didn't, but it was one day at a time. And so dream big, because we also want to give the message out that miracles can happen, and your dreams can come true, but it takes work and it takes dedication. I understand there's not everybody that can afford the Malibu and the Harley and all that kind of stuff, but there's other things that they can do with their sobriety, like pick their children up from school and get them bathed and get them ready to go to bed and wake them up and feed them and get them clothed and make sure that they're safe, right? Yes. There's things that you can do in your life character-wise that doesn't involve any money.
That's beautiful. That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So I had to dream big. Believe me, I was living on a couch with dog hair and fucking overdosing, and you think I thought about this?
Yeah. There's a reality to it.
There's two sides to it, right? Sure. I get it. And not everybody.
Where you're going into rehab and you can't get out of your bed because you're puking, and you're in there with real drug who've had hard lives, hard upbringings. Yeah. And here we come rolling in a couple, NHL guys into a rehab. And like, how did this guy? He looks like he's all put together. It's like, you don't know how hard I tried to earn this bed in here. You know what I mean? You guys. So I think what I meant with saying that is, we tried to put together something fun today that we would enjoy.
It's what we do, but we were only able to do that, Sheldon, because of the path that we took down, which was complete sobriety.
That's right.
We talk about it. You don't have that baby upstairs if you're loaded. Right? If you're back on the pills.
Yeah.
Right? I don't get to go home tomorrow and see my son if I'm all fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? I don't get to, invest my financial money into filming this.
Yeah.
That none of this happens without my sobriety. So anything's possible. I would have been happy with just, get me sober. If I got to do a 9 to 5 and I'm selling cars, but I'm a good character guy and I'm a good father, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
But you know what? God had something else in store.
That's right.
And he said, keep going, son. Keep going, son. We got something better for you.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to understand is that dream big, because you only have a certain amount of time on this planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you worked your fucking ass off, Shelley, for every penny that you ever made. The $50 million that you made in your career, every fucking dollar that you made, you earned.
Yeah.
Every contract that you got, you earned. But you also earned the 4 years of sobriety as you're sitting in that chair. And the 2.5 years that I have today, right? Like in the 2-year coin that you gave me that I had 14 years sober. And during COVID, shit happened and my head got all messed up. And anyways, I thought, maybe.
Yeah.
Take away the pain.
Yeah.
And guess what? Didn't take anything away.
Yeah. Made it more messy.
Made it just more sad and more messy. And then all of a sudden I'm calling you every day and I go, bro, I need help.
Yeah.
I need you. And you were there for me. And you said, Mize, get back on the horse. Let's do it. You're good.
Yeah. And you did the same thing when I relapsed. And that's what I think came across when we did the I'll just say that I think that you've saved my life once or twice, right? And I think it's worked. And so I think the message...
We've never judged each other.
No.
That's the big part, is that the minute I called you after the relapse, I wasn't expecting to get grilled. It was like, hey, I love you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Like, how you doing? Like, can I help you out? And I'm like, yeah, I think you can. I just need you to be there if I call.
Yeah.
And you're like, done.
Yeah.
And it was the same
for me.
Same with you.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I just think that, listen, again, we've worked hard for what we've got. And I'm not making any excuses for that. I think that, we've been given opportunities and we've capitalized on them. But it's only a result of us, me and you, putting in the work.
I also think, at this stage of my life and where I'm at, I used to think being rich meant something else. Being rich doesn't mean having a nice car to me anymore. I had all the stuff that I needed that I thought would fill some sort of hole. Like, I had to put up this facade. Bro, at the end of the day, we're from Indian reserves.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
So when I say being rich used to mean something else to me, being rich today, which goes to, I think, a little bit of the point of like, well, they have a Malibu boat, life must be great, or they have a Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Being rich is having people that love you,
Mm-hmm.
that support you through what you're doing. Having a kid up there that you're responsible for.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, being
100%.
honest.
Honest.
Going to sleep at night and putting my head on the pillow and waking up with a clear head beside someone who I trust.
Yes. And
It's rich. I'm rich.
And you know what? Let's, chat about your wife for a minute. I mean, talk about your better half.
Yeah,
Tess
I met
has
her
been-
in rehab.
I know.
And people, it's the number one thing you're not supposed to do. But
Well, you know
I
what?
don't like going by the book.
I think you guys are an awesome couple. She's
kept her sobriety. The only time that she didn't keep her sobriety was when I relapsed the first time. And she
Yeah.
thought I was dead.
Yeah.
And, the last time when I got sober was right over there in a house right there. It was July 4th. Everything was, it was July 3rd when I got caught. And instead of lying about it like I used to do,
Yeah.
which came more natural to me than like fessing up, obviously.
You fessed up to her?
I seen the pain that I was causing someone else with my actions.
Yeah.
And she just said, I didn't sign up for this. And I looked at her, and it's the first time in my adult life where it mattered to me more about how someone else was feeling than I was feeling.
Yeah.
And, July 4th is going on. That's my sobriety date. Everyone's in the lake partying, and I couldn't get out of bed. I'm sick. And this woman stood by me, and there was no judgment. It was just that. It was like, I didn't sign up for this. And I'm like,
you knew she was serious.
You're right.
And she was serious. Yeah.
And if I'm not true to my word there, she's out. And I don't have a beautiful 6-month-old son. And dude, if someone were to ask me, and I know you have a 3.5-year-old that wasn't planned. We tried hard for this for a little bit, for a few years. If you were to ask me 5 years ago, and you would have said, do you see yourself ever getting married again or having kids? I would have taken everything I had and thrown it in the middle.
Yeah.
I would have said, what are you talking about?
Yeah, there's no way.
Why would I do that? I've been there.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Like, my kids are grown.
Yeah.
20 and 17 now. And I think what sobriety has taught me and the lessons life has given me is that I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think I knew it all.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know how directions to get to, Fishing Lake, wherever I'm going. But as far as life goes, my life is completely different today than I pictured it would be when I was playing. Completely different.
Now, your dad, rest in peace, Rick, but Pops, he was sober. Your dad was sober a long time.
21 years.
21 years sober, which
we went to the draft.
Wild.
We went to the draft, and he'd had some hard times, and he drank non-alcoholic beer. Actually, I seen my dad one time drink a case of non-alcoholic beer.
Did he?
I'm like, this guy.
Did you go, Dad?
I go, Dad, you're a machine,
like
bro.
12, you're not getting a buzz yet, man. It's good.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
But when I got drafted, my dad pulled me aside, and he struggled with alcohol, man. He struggled growing up, and I never wanted to be an alcoholic because I seen what alcohol was doing to him and how he acted, and I'm like, I will never be like that guy.
Yeah.
And you know how they say you turn out just like the people you don't want to be like. Well, that's kind of what happened. And my dad, when I got drafted, said, if you're going to play in the NHL, you don't need a drunk dad around. That's the last time we drank alcohol. And I mean, we're talking Stanley Cup party. We won the Calder Cup one year, through all my all-star games, playoffs. My dad was a sober driver.
You were young, but you appreciate it now. But back then, did you even really Dad just quit drinking? Or was he a different guy when he drank?
No, he was a different guy. And that's actually a great question. So my dad, when he said he was going to quit drinking, obviously it was one of those whatever, right? Yeah, when you get it, you get it. But when he said that to me, I felt a connection with him when he said he was going to get sober.
You did?
I felt something was was different. And May 1st ended up being a sobriety date, May 1st. And I would call him every May 1st because I knew it meant something to him.
Yeah.
It didn't mean as much to me.
It meant a lot to you, though.
But now,
Yeah.
what's more important to you? Your birthday or your
sobriety
day?
sobriety birthday.
Exactly. It's not even a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I knew it meant something to my dad, so that meant something to me. And he was doing something because he said it was because of me and my sister.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it, I guess, and we could sit here and we could talk for 5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked for a week before, we talk every day. Through the roughest time of my life, I met my wife.
Yeah.
When I went in there and I looked at a toaster in rehab when I was detoxing, and I looked at a knife that was sitting on the kitchen counter that was away, and I'm like, if I could get out of bed right now, I would stick that knife in that toaster and kill myself.
Really?
That's where I was at.
Wow.
And I know
man.
the insanity of the situation, right? But look, man, the truth is, the honest to God truth is, I wouldn't change anything in my life. I had a great life. Guys, where we're from, you're not supposed to play in it. You're not supposed to be successful. No. You're supposed to work on the rigs and have a nice job in a small town and raise some kids. And that's what my role models did.
Yeah.
Right. So my life has turned out the way it's supposed to turn out. I had to weather some storms.
Yeah.
Here's the truth. I'm not dead.
Yeah. Exactly. No shit, buddy.
And that's it.
No
it's
shit.
Like I'm not dead, and whatever I would have done, whatever I could have done, this is where I am, and my life is beautiful. I have friends like you who I can count on, I can call. I have my wife, I have kids. And you know what? More importantly, people can call me.
Yeah.
And they know I'm going to show up.
100%.
Because I've been there. I've been at the bottom of the barrel. Oh, these guys have money. I think about that all the time because I get that.
Mm-hmm.
You got money, dude. It's so easy for you to say. It's like, when you're sitting in a rehab bed, it's an even score.
Yeah. You're even Steven at that point.
It's an even score.
Yeah.
There is no money that's getting you out of how you feel.
Exactly. It's an inside job, bro.
There's none.
Inside job.
Actually, feeding myself to make myself feel different is what got me in trouble.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And to get to claw back and get to my authentic self and be somebody I'm proud of today is the way it was supposed to work out.
And I'm super proud of you, buddy.
Yeah. If someone were to ask, and I know Brantt gets this probably more than anybody because he's wrote a book on it, is I would just tell people, anybody, almost for anything, just take it a day at a time. You can do anything for a day. You can do anything for a day. One thing I thought I couldn't do is ever not drink or use drugs again. I couldn't do it for a day. I never really tried that hard. I never put myself in a situation to really try it, right? Until I put myself in, I guess I sort of did, went to rehab, but I would just say to people, it's the hope, and Brantt said it earlier, it's like, as long as you're breathing, there's hope.
Yeah.
As long as you're breathing, you can hang on for a day. It's like,
as they say in poker, a chip in a chair. You got a game. If you got a chip and you got a chair, you got a game.
That's great.
Yeah.
I also heard one time when I told that story about wanting to kill myself when I was in rehab, this guy said to me, he said, "You know what? You'd be killing the wrong guy."
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I didn't mean anything to me then. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, you're drunk. So
yeah.
But hearing it now, it's like, you're right.
Killed the wrong guy.
Look at what we would have missed.
Yeah.
Being a dad, being a friend.
Gives me chills just thinking about that, man. It really does. I mean, I had goosebumps today riding on my bike. Like, I love to ride my motorcycle. It's just something about being out there. And as I was driving down the mountain and I was looking at the lake, I just started getting goosebumps and thanking God for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is a really cool spot to be in right now. But I'm with you on that. Buy a lot of Band-Aids. buy a lot of Band-Aids, Brantt. You're gonna get lots of cuts. You're gonna get lots of bruises. And they're gonna hurt, you know. And you're gonna think that these bruises are never gonna heal. So buy lots of Band-Aids, buddy, because you're gonna have to keep going. And I got a lot of scars. Got a lot of scars on the outside, and I got a lot of scars on the inside. But I think one thing that I'm definitely, I guess the word proud, is that even through all the, you know, suspensions and all this stuff and overdoses and everything I've been through, I've never given up. You know, I've just had this faith that I was meant to do something more than die in a ditch from an overdose.
That's right. Yep.
So I've just kept going and kept putting the Band-Aids on. That's it, buddy. You know?
Well, yeah, that's well said, dude.
Thanks, man.
It's like, look what we get to do, you know? And which brings us back to doing all this. It's like just having a conversation like we would normally do without a camera here, guys asking us questions. It's like a lot of people don't make it to this seat.
No, not everybody gets these seats. There's you know, in Canada last year, there's 120,000 overdoses. Dead.
And
Teenagers,
someone's
dads, moms, brothers, sisters. They don't get a chair. They're not that lucky, you know.